Sure, guys. This is Ethan. Today we'll be analyzing the dollar index and checking on the impact it has on Euro USD, NZUSD, AUD USD, GBP USD, and also USDCAD. So now let's get into business and analyze this thing. Well, what I noticed about the dollar index is that we've been consolidating in around these support and resistance areas, and now it actually broke the resistance, the resistance on the top here. But currently I cannot say that the market will continue buying just like that. I just have to look for an area here, like significant area where I know that this is the area where the market is gonna reverse. So by just checking on that, I'll just try using the Fibonacci. Just try using a Fibonacci. You see from high to the lowest point of the market. Okay, then I noticed that we're at the 0.618 area here, but currently the area which you have to actually to which we're into now is very significant on the market. Mind you, here we had some certain kind of consolidation there. You can see that, so you can just mark it. Let me just use a line. Let me just use a line so that you can see this properly. I'll just use a line. You see, there we go. There we go. And also here, because this is the area where the market had been it consolidated a bit, and this area was also significant because of the FIB levels. So now let's drop down deep into lower time frame. Before we do that, mind you here, all the only thing which is in my mind is that the market is just wiping up all of the stop losses which have been put at here by the retail traders. So currently, we will be selling the dollar index. That's my view already. You see, we're already on that level, on that line, on that important fib line of 0.816. So by checking it here, well, you can tell that the market played out a bit and went up. So currently, most of the people can say that's a breakout and a retest. But you see, as we draw deep down to the lower time frame, this is what I'll be expecting. So I'll be expecting exactly from there. If not, the market can still pull back up to the upside, to that other line there of the to that other line. Where is it? Where is it? Yes, it can still pull back up to that other line and play around until we have a significant pullback so that we can buy it. Or if not, we can just play around there, give us a market structure, then we can sell it to the downside. So now let's just move to the other trading pairs. I know, aside for that, I also wanna show you something. You see from here we have a perfect structure for that. We have a perfect structure for that. We get we get something like this. Get something like this. We get something like this. You see? Yeah, we get something like this. So currently we can be expecting a head and not a head and a shoulder, a double top. This is a double top which you see here. Meaning that on the other trading pairs like EURUSD and Euro GBPUSD will be having a double bottom. So now, also besides for that too, let us also confirm how this market has been moving. You see, it went up, boom, and then the market impulsed up, and then just after impulsing up, it played around like that, and then we had a head and a shoulder, and now it tested that level, and just after tasting it, it pulled back up there for a retest day. For a retest day, we want to collect the orders there so that we can sell it to the downside. So that's what I'll be expecting from it. That's what I'll be expecting from it. That's why you see I have this thing running. So let's go to EURUSD. EURUSD also still has to give us the same scenario. Still has to give us the same scenario. You see, I'm already in the buy swing this thing, hoping that it will go up to the upside there. Like I said, it has to be the inverse. It has to be the inverse in a way which this makes sense. Like I said, we're gonna have a double bottom here. Our double bottom is already on the line. So you see, uh-huh. This is what we do. This is how the market has been moving here. To get the orders there, and then boom, we want it to come back here. Or even though here it depends on it. As long as you be maintaining the market. Just for this analysis, I'm just giving out a view on how you can trade this thing for the upcoming week. That's what I'm doing. You see, Euro NZD Still the same story. Still the same story. You see, we have the second leg here, the double bottom. Now we'll be going up. So now since we'll be going up, we also have to check. Okay, when is the market gonna retrace back down? When is the market gonna retrace back down? You see, it's gonna retrace back down exactly here at the important fib levels, which I've modified here. You see, these fib levels are significant on the market. That's why I place my take profit there. And also Australian dollar vs US dollar, still the same scenario. And notice something, it's you see from here it went down and came back up here. You see here, right here is just we had uh we had a resistance level. You see that top level there, which is our low, which was a higher low. So that higher low got respected. The market never broke it and pulled back down to the previous low. Now we also have this. We also pull back down again to the previous low with a kind of like a double bottom there. Let me scroll down so they can see. You see, there we have a double bottom there, so that I can retest it. Just after retesting now, I still expect this thing to go up because it will be affected by the dollar index. Same as GDP pound USD. GDP pound USD will be moving in a kind of trend line. So this trend line, I expect the GDP pound USD to break this trend. Just after breaking this trend, then we test a bit from here. Just after retesting, so that we can have an upward movement. Let's just check. Let's just check to confirm this thing. Let's just check to confirm this thing. Now let me just reverse my fifth level so that I can see this thing and how it's gonna reverse and where it's gonna reverse. You see, this is the area where it has to reverse because the lowest and the highest point of the market, you can just simply pull it there. It depends on you on how you wanna check it. You see, this area here is significant to me, so I expect this thing to retest this area before we even go up. So that's for GBP USD. So currently on GBP USD, we can be having straight like a head and a shoulders, for example. You see, we already have the right shoulder and we just made the head, meaning that we're just gonna wait for the formation of the left shoulder, I mean of the right shoulder. Now that was the left shoulder, and then so that we can go up. So meaning that already I'm in the trade holding it, hoping that will go up to the upside. And also let's check USD CAD, meaning that USD CAD has to be the one to be selling because and there you can see that is the base currency. So just to be analyzing it, let's draw it down to a 4 hour time frame, to a 4 hours time frame. You see the way it has been moving and actually took up all the orders and everything there. So here, just right here, from this price area of 1.8 thousand and 1.310000. These are the areas which will play around here. I mean the market areas. So currently I'm expecting this thing to sell just from here to actually pull back down so that we can have our feather cells. And though I didn't even analyze it that much, but by checking this thing to be confirming myself, I noticed that this area here is significant for this thing because you see here we have the last buying candlestick here, which plays a major role on the market. Basically, you can call it an order block. You see, this is on the monthly time frame. Then we had some liquidity going on when we're using the SMC strategy. You see, so that's what I'm expecting. I'm expecting USDK to play around here just after playing around there, so that we can have the cells. We can shoot down. We can shoot down. We can shoot down to the downward movement. So this is not a good risk trade because it's on a monthly time frame. Though this right now, I'm just giving you a clue, and we have some kind of triangle there. You see some kind of triangle there, which is trying to pulling back up, pulling back up, pulling back up. But now it just have to actually pull back down. This is not a good trade basically because the risk is too much. You can see the stop loss is big. But the only thing which has to come into mind now is that I gave you a clue on how the market really has to behave. All you have to do now is just for you to maintain the trade, to analyze it, to keep on analyzing it, checking it on how it will play out. And the moment it will give you a confirmation for itself. And mind you, we must have a confirmation by double bottom, a double top, a head and a shoulder, and yeah, and all those patterns which you know, which are gonna give us the selling signal. So yeah, guys, that's all I had for you. That's all I had for you on the signal. That's all I have for you on this trading day. Thank you guys. See you next time. And oh, please don't forget to like the video and subscribe the video. I really appreciate that. That will make me to keep on analyzing the market. Thank you guys.